was obviously a knockdown. Crawford came out and wasn't doing the things like you don't just get to do whatever you want. You have to make the moves like playing chess. You have to dominate the middle of the board, then you can look for your combinations, right? Same thing in boxing. You have to do the things, make the boxing moves that set up you being able to do whatever you want. And Crawford skipped that part. And so he would move in as a southpaw, and Kavaliauskas was timing him and finding the right hand. Hit him with the right hand and knocked him down. Clean knockdown. And at that point, I had Kavaliauskas up 2-1 with a knockdown. That was that, but Crawford got up off the deck and stubbornly wasn't even going to change out of his southpaw stance, where he was getting hit with the right hand. He was showing him, yep, I'm going to stay doing just this exact thing and beat you up and knock you out, which he did.
Those are the words of Max Kellerman. Max Kellerman, of course, is the commentator of ESPN. And I'm adding my 2 cents on counterpunching Max Kellerman because I have to agree with him. A lot of people think that I'm pro Terence Crawford. I like Terence Crawford because he's not ducking anyone. I don't think that he's the guy that avoids fights, that those fights need to be made and they hide behind certain politics. That's why I like Terence Crawford. He wants all the smoke, or the smoke that he feels that he should have. He wants the toughest fights. Okay. But take nothing away from Terence Crawford. I have to call it how I see it. Terence Crawford was hurt. He was buzzed. He was beaten the first couple rounds of that fight. He was dropped in the third. They ruled it a slip. He was dropped just like Floyd Mayweather was dropped against Zab Judah, people. He was dropped, okay? And he still remained in the southpaw stance like Max Kellerman did say, in which he did. I wondered why he continued in that stance, why he was getting whacked with the right hand, because that's the perfect punch to hit a southpaw with, okay? And he was getting whacked and he was getting hurt. But then Terence Crawford, he kept doing the same things. He toughed it out, and then he continued to beat up Kavaliauskas, okay, the mean machine. Now, what does this mean from this point on? That means that Terence Crawford is tough. That means that he can go through adversity and still get mean. He's a dog in there, okay? Now, this is probably a good thing for Terence Crawford, because if a lot of people think that Terence Crawford is beatable, okay, then those fights will be more than likely introduced. Look what's happening now. Sean Porter with Kenny Porter, and the manager of Sean Porter, his father, they're wanting that fight, right? Danny Garcia is saying all of a sudden, send me a contract, which in fact is another contract because he was already sent one. Shouts out to my subscribers, the friends of the channel that did lay that down, because I remember actually covering that, and that was a while ago. But he was offered a contract. Now he's shouting, I'll fight Terence Crawford. So that Sean Porter, Danny Garcia, these guys now saying, hey, I'll fight this guy. Errol Spence is in recovery, so you don't expect, or you shouldn't expect much from him right now. But these guys that were ghosts when it came to Terence Crawford when he first entered the division, they didn't have much to say about Terence Crawford at all, okay? Especially Danny Garcia's father. He went from, oh yeah, we'll beat you, and doing all these racist, insulting terms. But then when Terence Crawford is there, when he says come to 147, now he's, well, what can he go? What can he do that over there on ESPN? ESPN, he got all type of top 10 fighters he can fight. That went from, won't you come your ass to 147, blue black nappy head, blue black. He always licking his lips and shit, like he's done a line of coke. Probably much more than a line. Anyway, but now these guys are changing their tune. Now they're saying, hey, I'll fight Terence Crawford. Why? Because he looks beatable now. He looks like, because it takes one brave soul to go in there and take on a guy that makes a guy look beatable. Okay? Why do you think now everybody wants to fight Triple G? Okay? And especially now, everybody wants some of that smoke. Why? Because he's beatable. He's getting older. He's 37 years of age, damn near 38 years old, and Deverenchenko gave him the business, clearly hurt this man. He's the first dude that I ever seen do it. This is what happens. So now Terence Crawford is actually did probably the best service that he possibly could have done for himself. He looked beatable. That's why these guys are coming, and I say let them happen. Let these fights happen. You know, if Sean Porter is that mighty, fierce, brave soul that wants to get in there with Terence Crawford, so be it. It would be one hell of a fight, because anytime anybody fights Sean Porter, they're going to get a fight. Win, lose, or draw. Bottom line. So back to Max Kellerman. I appreciate him for being non-biased. Yes, he was hurt. He was dropped. Like a lot of people seen, dude, that's a knockdown. We're not going to go in favor of how the referee did because he's an ESPN fighter. You know, that's not how it works. If you're a commentator, be a commentator straight across the board. Have your own opinion. And that's what Max Kellerman has. That's what I have. That's why I hope people come to this channel, because I call it like I see it. But anyway, you guys tell me what you think about Terence Crawford. Should he fight the Sean Porter? Should Danny Garcia actually take on the challenge? Was Terence Crawford actually knocked down? You guys tell me. Of course, please subscribe. And you guys been Counterpunching. Peace.